Hello guys, and today I'm going to eat some bubble and squeak. Now this is a British delicacy which consists of mashed potatoes with cabbage and onion. I've heard of it, I didn't know entirely what it was. I'm not sure entirely if I've had it in the past, I can't remember to be totally honest with you. Normally this would have been £1.75, but I got it for 56 pence. Um, this is actually dated August. It's actually the 25th of October, but I'm not going to say it's out of date because it has truthfully been in the freezer. This has been in the freezer and left to fall, and well, it basically says buttery and chunky seasoned mashed potato combined with onion and cabbage. There you go. I mean, it says pretty much what it is, so they do also say it's got things like black pepper, and they do also give you the traffic light system, telling you how nutritious the food is, and it says it's um, green on fat, so it's not fat. It's amber, which is it's neither very good or very bad. It for saturates, it's green for sugars, and amber for salt. Okay, and that's how people decide how healthy the food is. I don't mean like if it's, you know, not made properly or anything like that, or you know, made in a contaminated kitchen. I don't mean things like that. I just mean in terms of, how fatty the food is, or if it's got too much salt, or that kind of thing. So people can, you know, organise their meals appropriately, okay? And now it's a microwave meal, so you put this in the microwave, and there may be other ways of doing it, but because the sticker's on, I can't tell, so it just mentions microwave, so that's what I'm going to do. Um, So I'm going to put this in the microwave and then I'm going to eat it, okay? Right. Right, guys, I'm back and this is it, okay? It's come out the microwave now. So, right, now I'm just going to stir it again just in case. I was supposed to leave it to stand for 1 minute, but by the time I've walked up the stairs and things like that, I'm sure it's done it. Um, also because I was filming it, leaving it to stand for 1 minute is just too annoying as I was doing it. Also, I was trying to stir it, tried to peel the film lid off, some of it, peel some of it back while it was in the microwave, but it was just truthfully too hard to do it all. So that's why I had to stop the filming so I could pull this back. So I'm trying to do everything on my own with no help, and it's difficult to do this kind of thing one-handed, okay, while you're holding a camera. So okay, and it's hot, probably a bit too hot. Maybe I should have done it for less time. I just did with the amount of time they said I should do it. In the meantime, while it's cooling down, you can see some of the cabbage there. You can see what it looks like now I've opened it. You'll see some of the cabbage there on the fork. Um, I'm not sure I can see where the onions are, but there's a little bit here. What that is, maybe that's what they call onion, I don't know. Um, it's a bit too hot at the moment, but never mind, you can't gauge these things entirely. Maybe I had it in a bit longer than I should, because the microwave I have has a mechanical timer in it, you see. You turn a knob. It doesn't have all these fancy digital buttons. You just turn a knob to the length of time you want. It was because at the time I got it from my mum years ago, well, years ago, and by having a one which you can turn so you can understand it rather than one with lots of buttons, which would probably be a bit complicated. Um, um, so yeah, it's probably difficult because it's a bit hot. Um, This is apparently a meal for the poor. It was originally apparently designed as a meal for the poor, I believe. That's my understanding of this. And as I said, truthfully, I wouldn't. Having tasted, I'm not sure I'd get one again. Yes, it does taste like mash, but I would rather put other things with the mash. I think it could do with some more butter. It might be because it's been in the freezer for a couple of months. I don't know. And you know, in the past we used to. I had mash for my mum for a few things. I used to get one of these freezer bags, with mash in it. But now, recently, we've been buying actual real potatoes, and mashing using real potatoes. I think mashing with real potatoes tastes better, truthfully. But obviously, something like this, I could put this in the freezer and have it when I want it. Well, I didn't know at the time, because I didn't know this was a real meal. I thought this was something you had with other things. I was thinking of things to have it with. I did some research on the internet and found out this is actually a real meal. You have this on its own. I mean, I was astonished, to be honest. I thought you have this just as an accompaniment to, like, meat or things, but no, apparently you have this on its own, which was quite surprising. Um, and yes, I found out this is actually, according to Wikipedia, an English meal. Um, so it's actually a British delicacy. I'm using the term very lightly here, right, because I'm sure true food connoisseurs would think, oh my god, this is very bland. Um, Mostly it's just potato, um, No, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, I know, but I thought there would be more flavour to it than there actually is. Which is a shame, but they're probably trying to be authentic. But I would have preferred to have added some butter to it or some other things. Make it a bit more tasty, but as I said, they claim it's got onion in it, but I can't really see any. I mean, I'm taking their word for it that there actually is some. Maybe they ground it or put it in a mincer or something like that. I don't know, because I can't honestly see any. It's not got slices or what looks like pieces, but I don't know. But you know, it's mostly just, as I said, mash. Um, I know I'm stating the obvious, and I'm trying to think of things to say on it, but you know, I've peeled off all the wrapping now, so I can't really tell you much about it anymore, I'm afraid. And the cooking instructions are on the bottom now, so if I turn it up, it might go everywhere. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad for the price I paid for it. I mean, I told you earlier what the price was. I can't remember now. I think it's about, it was less than £1 anyway, but normally it'd be about nearly £2. But it's really, I think, for people on a budget who just want a ready meal on a budget, or because they're, you know, a vegetarian or something like that, you know. So yeah, mind you, because it's got a lot of potato in it, may be quite filling. So that may be what it's about, you know, trying to find very filling food for poor people. Because normally, a lot of ready meals, microwave ready meals in the supermarket from Tesco cost roughly about £4, and this one cost less than £2. So it's obviously for people who are on a tight budget, maybe, you know. But for me, there's just a bit too much potato for me. You know, I think they should really have it with other things as an accompaniment, but I was originally taught, I've only to say it was a meal in its own right, so I thought I would be fair. But as I said, you really should eat other things with it if you want my honest opinion. But anyway, um, I've nearly finished it now. Right, I'm just wondering what if the camera was working. Um, I thought the computer had frozen or something. Anyway, um, sorry for boring you all to death with all this, but spending about 8 minutes just talking while I eat essentially mashed potato with cabbage and onion, but no. And in the past, I've had things like mash with sausage, you know, which over here we call bangers and mash, you know, which is basically sausages and mash. And I um, do that for my mum, and sometimes, you know, and give her some carrots with it. But this is almost finished now, so there you go. Tesco's Bubble and Squeak microwave ready meal. Thanks for watching. Bye.